What's going on, guys? JSkeleton here with Parental guys. Today coming at you with a brand new video. This one's pretty interesting. It's these are some leaked screenshots of the Nintendo Switch's user interface, but not the final product. These are actual in development UI screenshots, and some of them actually say like NX on them still as mock-ups and drafts. So these are actually pretty early images, but you can kind of still get a rough idea where they're kind of going with this. So by no means is this the final product. And I mean, some of the ones that I'm going to show you guys, like the home menu, you can tell that it's we've seen the home menu officially leaked in an actual real Nintendo trailer. It's probably not a leak because they meant to put it in there, but you know what I mean. We've seen the home menu officially, and it looks similar, but it looks different. So you just rest assured that they've tweaked some stuff. These are early in development UI mock-ups, and they're not the final product, but I just want to show you guys because I thought they were still very interesting to show you guys. So we're gonna try to go through these really quick because there's a lot of them. So the first one I'm gonna throw up on screen. Again, keep in mind these are mock-ups. These are early in development mock-ups, and they're most likely gonna look a lot better in the final product. Still interesting to see where they're going with it though. So the first one we can see, this is when you wake it up from the sleep menu. You can see kind of like your game icon. I guess that's the game that you were last playing, and it shows the little user who was playing it. It's like right underneath it says playing, and it shows like the profile picture of whoever was playing it. You got the clock at the top right with the Wi-Fi logo, the battery. It says push A to continue, and then on the left side you have game news. So like I guess different kind of news, whether it's maybe like Nintendo news, like EShop news, or maybe news what your friends are doing, things like that. And again, you guys can see it says news image, and it says dummy because it's like a mock-up. Again, these are early in development screenshots. I want to stress that, okay? So don't take this as the final product. They've tweaked it. Some things are still very similar, but some things have changed. But again, it's just kind of get a little bit out of it, as much out of it as we can. So the next one is a keyboard. We've seen the keyboard before. I'm not going to spend too long on this, but really quick, I'll show you guys a different shot of the keyboard. And you can see in this shot of the keyboard, you have predictive text, predictive writing. So kind of like the way your phone works, it kind of predicts what you're gonna write next or whatever. Very similar. You can turn it off, obviously, if you want. There's a blue check mark, or there's a blue square with a white check mark in it if you want to turn it off. And again, these are early screenshots in development. I can't stress that enough. This one here is an example of the unlock screen when your Switch is in sleep mode. I assume this is when it's portable. So you have to press the same button continuously 3 times so you don't accidentally wake it up, again, by accident. So that's pretty cool to see that as well. Moving on to the next one, this is an example of when you're turning the volume up and down, as well as a low battery system notification. It's kind of a 2-in-1, if you will. And also there's a game screenshot in the background. So I guess if you have like your game up or whatever, and that's kind of what it would look like. So imagine behind there's like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or whatever it is, or maybe you're actually looking at a screenshot you took in game. The next one here, you guys can see it's a blue background. It says NX all over it. So again, you guys know this is early in development UI stuff, because there's a bunch of things that you're going to see that says NX. This is very early stuff, okay? So this is an example. If you get an error code, so it says support code, or where it says dummy, I feel insulted. No, I'm kidding, joking. Where it says dummy, it's basically where the error code message would be. Then you have 2 dummy buttons, probably one to report and one to cancel. Again, these are drafts. They say NX. This is like months and months ago. They've done a lot of work, I'm sure. But again, I'm showing you guys this just to get an idea where Nintendo might be, where their mind might be, where we can kind of get an idea what the final product might look, kind of the direction they're going with, or sort of get a vague idea. And it's still interesting to see early kind of, drafts. Next one here is when you log in, or no, sorry, it's the save data selection. So this is your save data selection. It says save data image on all these different users. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. I don't know if that's going to be like if you're logging into if you're actually going to play into a specific game and there's actual like save data for that specific game. And I don't know, because usually save data is linked to one specific user. So I'm really not 100% sure what this actually would be, where you would find this. But anyways, the next one here is going to be when you're actually logging in. So it says select the user. In the background, you would have some kind of, I guess, image. Again, these are very in development, early mock-ups, man. I can't stress it enough, seriously. I don't want you guys to think that these are like close to the finished product, because you gotta think this still says NX on it. These are like months ago, if not a year ago. So this is user selection. You can select which profile you want to log into. Next one is a kind of a look at the eShop, and I'm sure it's going to look a lot different and probably a lot more refined. But you get kind of an idea of where they're going with it with the overlay, if you will. So the top left, you got whoever signed in. You got a drop-down menu, so maybe you could switch between users, seamlessly if you want to quickly switch to a different user to purchase something on a different account. I don't know. I don't know if that would make sense. I don't know if I would like that, especially if you have a password on your. It doesn't make sense. Never mind. Scratch that. I don't know what that would be, the drop-down menu. Anyways, you got your game title. So imagine it says The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and then publisher name, which would say like Nintendo, if this is the Breath of the Wild, picture. Then you have your currency, however amount the game costs. So this is an example in yen, but it could be pounds, dollars, whatever it is. You got a purchase icon, a demo icon, if there is a demo for the game. Obviously, if not, the demo button would be probably grayed out or not even be there at all. Downloadable content, so DLC, if there is DLC for the game. Again, it might be grayed out or not there at all if there is no DLC for the game. You got the rating icon at the bottom left. You got on the right side, you got like trailers and screenshots where you can take a look at the game before buying it, your advertising slogan, and then your description underneath that. So very cool. There's a quick look at the iPhone app. Now again, keep in mind, we've already seen this, okay, and in an official trailer. But this is how old these screenshots are, because we've already seen this. But it's an example of the parental controls app, if you will, the play hours, the safety level, and stuff like that. Which leading into the next one, this is the home menu. Now look, if you guys look at this one, okay, look at this one. I'm gonna show you guys this one first. We're gonna analyze it first, and then I'm gonna show you guys the one that we've seen recently. So first of all, you can see parental controls at the top. It says it's on. You have 20 minutes and 10 seconds left of playtime. So if you want if you want to make sure your kid gets off the console by a certain time, you can set that through the app, and the console will automatically shut down. You got an example of the game titles. There's like 2 different rows, and they're like in kind of like tile format. You got your clock, your battery, etc. Bottom left, you got your users. Now here's the interesting thing. In the most recent screenshot, the users are actually at the top left corner, and then the news, the eShop, the screenshots, the settings, and the power have actual like colored circles behind them. So look at this one here. You guys can see of the most recent UI home menu, and you can see how much it's changed. So like I said, I can't stress it enough. These are very early in development, UIs. Back way back before the Nintendo Switch was even revealed. So I mean, we're talking like probably last summer is my guess. Probably most likely like last summer or something. Again, these are mock-ups. So let's move on to the next one. This is an example of like the options menu. So you got your screen brightness, auto adjustment. So in auto adjustment, that kind of means it kind of functions the way your 3DS works, and so your screen can kind of tell how bright it is around, so it would automatically adjust the brightness to either be brighter or darker, depending if you're in the dark or if there's a lot of sunlight or whatever. Again, you can turn that off if you want to. There's a check mark there. We have wireless communication, which I would assume has to do maybe with wireless devices such as Bluetooth and controllers. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think controllers, because controller settings lower. Maybe it has to do with kind of like local play, connecting to other people locally. I don't know. So again, we have screen brightness, parental controls, internet, user settings, data management, system, controller settings, and then there's something underneath which I cannot really make out, to be honest. Moving on to the next one, we have, I'm not sure what this is. This, the caption that the person posted for this, it says full launcher. By the way, I forgot to mention, these are all posted on Reddit via a user named Dream Somebody. I'm going to link the source in the description below, as I always do. But this one here says list date, list game, and settings. So I'm not sure if this is like, this shows your game depending when you purchased it, or maybe last time you played it, and then you can also list the game, I guess, in alphabetical order as well. I guess that's kind of what it is. I don't know. The next one is a social menu, so it's kind of like a very rough idea of like your profile and your friends list. So you have my page at the top left, so that you can see your profile. This is not your profile, this is your friends list, but it doesn't show your profile. So your friends list, it would show their their avatar. It says their name and then the game title they're playing if they're online. So if they're online, it'll show that little green square. And then we have the people that are offline. It says they were online 1 hour ago. So typical stuff that you see on other consoles as well. Very very typical stuff. Moving on to this next one. This is an example of posting like sharing a screenshot to Twitter. So you got your Twitter username. It says enter comment, and then again at the bottom left it says hashtag NX share, which it'll probably say hashtag Switch share. But again, NX, it's very, very early, screenshots. So you got your screenshot on the right side. And again, you have your Twitter username, so you're going to be able to link your Twitter to the console and share your stuff to Twitter. Very interesting stuff. Hold on, I'm just trying to scroll through here. Some of these are kind of repeats. So again, we have another quick look at the full launchers. It shows all the software that you have. So I guess it's kind of like your library of games. This is all the games that I would assume that you own. And again, I expect it to look a lot different, you know what I mean? I expect it to look much different in the final product, because like I said, this was probably almost a year ago, months ago. And then the final one I'm going to show you guys is the friends who played recently. So you got a game title, so you have game pages, okay? So kind of like similar to PS4 and Xbox One, you have game pages where, say like this says The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, it'll show which friends have played the game recently. You can go to your friends list, and it also shows news for that game. So it could be topics, it could be different kind of news, again, about the game, maybe screenshots your friends have shared, things like that. It gives you an option to update the software, delete the software, which I would not do unless you really have to. And it says get the point. I'm not sure what get the point means, but that's it, my friends. So that's kind of a look at the Game Hub. So that's a look at some of the in development, very early screenshots of the user interface of the Nintendo Switch. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. There's a lot. I know there's a lot, and this is a lengthy video, but again, these are very, very early. I cannot stress it enough. These are nowhere near the final product. And like I showed you guys with the example of the the home menu, and the home menu we see now, you can tell they've refined it a whole lot more, and tweaked it a whole lot more. So it's gonna look a lot better as the final product. But I just want to show you guys this because it's kind of interesting to take a look at very early in development kind of examples, rough drafts, if you will, mock-ups. And again, it gives you kind of a very vague idea of where Nintendo might be going with this. But let me know what you guys think about all that in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed the video, please smash the like button, subscribe to the comment, share all awesome stuff. Sorry it took so long, but there's a lot to take in. So whenever we get official screenshots and official, more of an in-depth look at the UI, I will make sure to post it here. So keep it locked here. I'll catch you guys in the next video like always. Until then, game on.